Peace, family. Welcome to Creative Mastery episode 4 or 5. I gotta do better with, keeping up with the episodes. But, yeah, so I found myself this past cycle, engaging with my vices a little more than I wanted to. And it felt difficult to, step back from it. But the power comes in, recognizing our vices, recognizing the things that we tapping into that we may not want to tap into. And once we recognize it, it's just a matter of, putting up that boundary. And, yeah, I choose to be more present, choose to lock in, choose to put up that boundary so that I can lock in on more important things like create my art and, just alchemizing and changing my environment to better suit me because there are a lot of things around me that I don't necessarily resonate with. For example, I'm trying to put more of my art up on the wall, and in order to do that, I need to print it out, but I've been kind of procrastinating on printing out my art just because the whole process, like I gotta find a whole company that can print it and then ship it to me, but not gonna hop too much into those details, you know what I'm saying? Like, we growing every cycle, we growing every day, and we on our way to just being in the flow, everything being smooth. But before we get to that smooth ground, things tend to be a little chaotic and a bit all over the place. But yeah, outside of that, I would say that from this past cycle, I'm stepping more into different aspects of myself. Like, yes, I am an artist. Yes, I feel a strong desire, strong need to create art, from drawing to dancing to creating poetry to creating music. Like, these are major aspects of what makes me who I am, what makes me, want to live, what makes me feel free and authentic, right? So art is a major aspect of the creative master of, me. But with that being said, that's not the only aspect. I'm also very spiritual, and art and spirituality kind of go hand in hand and pretty much in sync when you are a creator, right? And I find myself to finally be in a position to where I can unpack spirituality even more and dive deeper into what it is that I truly resonate with and feel connected to, because I don't really feel connected to no religions. They don't really bring very much excitement or empowerment to me, even though there is wisdom within, all religions. It's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna go into that into more depth at a different point, on the path, on the journey. But I would say that I most resonate with Buddhism as of right now, but even that I haven't even fully unpacked yet. But it does resonate, and it is very powerful. And like the Yoga Sutras and stuff like that, if you're familiar, powerful work. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely be unpacking that as well. But when I say me diving deeper into spirituality and what comes with that, I mean like alchemy and magic, being a magician, being a mystic, you know what I'm saying? Like exploring the esoteric, exploring, the ancient wisdom that has been hidden or that has been suppressed in society. I feel deeply called to explore these avenues of spirituality. So I guess to give it like a name, it would be more so alternative spirituality rather than, religious, aspects. Because, the things that I mentioned, like alchemy and magic, it's a lot more empowering. You feel me? Like the power is within us. We hold it, we can cultivate it, we can develop it. Whereas with religion, just from my experience with it, again, I'm not very religious. I haven't studied religions like that. But from my own experience with religion, it's just like it doesn't really empower you in a way that you can actually like make your life better. Like it don't teach you how to manifest. It don't really teach you how to work in alignment, in union with nature. You feel me? Because we come from nature. We are nature, and it's like God resides in nature the most. Nature is where God lives. You feel me? And because we're a part of nature, God lives within us as well. And it's like, alchemy, magic, and mysticism connects us, teaches us how to work with nature and not against it. And I'm not saying that religion teaches us to go against nature. It just doesn't it doesn't help me to feel empowered. Is essentially where I'm getting at. So if you resonate, maybe you want to walk this path with me. Definitely keep y'all updated. As I continue to unravel this journey. I can say that, from what I have studied so far on my journey of exploring spirituality, is just that, it was very magic, alchemy, mysticism. It was very pronounced or heavily practiced back in ancient times, like ancient Egypt, Babylonian times. But it got, people began to fear it, not understand the things that they were doing with magic, so they deemed it as bad, as dark. And so it was, many books were destroyed, the whole system around it was basically shut down and deemed, I can't think of the word, but I'll put it up. But yeah, it's kind of making a comeback, and I'm very grateful for it because, for so long I felt disconnected from many of the things around me. Like I just felt lost, like I just don't fit in because, most people practice religion. Most people are satisfied or content with how society is, and like I'm 110% against the way society moves and the things that we're taught in school and different things like that. And I choose to be a part of the change, positive change. You feel me? And I'm not judging anybody that is religious or that partakes in that, but just watch as the journey unfolds, and it will all make sense. Yeah, I think that's really everything that needed to be expressed in this episode. Just choosing presence because that's where the power is. That's how we cultivate the reality that we want to live in. Choosing to face the unknown and to grow from it, because in order to grow, we have to go where we have not been. And to go where we have not been is to be in the unknown. And to be in the unknown can be very uncomfortable. But the more that we do it, the more familiar we get with the process of being in the dark, with the process of being in the unknown. And it's a very magical place to be. So, yeah, I say go all in. This is what I'm choosing to do, even though I find myself dabbling in and out of, entering the unknown, entering the darkness. But yeah, I choose to make it more frequent so I can get more familiar with it, be more confident with it, and have fun as I dive deeper. But yeah, if you made it this far, you're a real one. You're truly in sync. One love. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this video with somebody that needs to hear it. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace. Guess I'm back again because it's becoming more and more clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more I speak, and then when I take a moment to just reflect and process, it's just like getting the insights. But yeah, I'm basically just hearing that presence is what's truly required to create magic, to manifest that which we are, working towards, right? Because it's like this, like, imagine that you want to create magic. You want to manifest something in real time. There's like 10 different strings of energy, all around you, because you are manifesting this energy. And when you bring all of these strings together, that's when you create the magic. That's when you manifest what you desire. And when you are fully present in the moment, you can see all of the different strings that need to come together to create and manifest the magic and that which you want to bring into the physical. But when you choose to be present in one moment and you're cultivating the energy, and then you choose to distract yourself, in the next moment, the magic disappears. You lose all of the power that you just cultivated because you were not present long enough to manifest that which you desire. And with me recognizing this obvious truth, this obvious universal truth of being present to create magic, being present to, manifest that which we desire, that which we need, that which we want, I recognize that, my progress, even though it's been fast, even though it's been daily, it hasn't been at its highest degree that it can be because I have not been present, right? I've created such a sacred routine, such a sacred daily routine for myself to where I don't have many distractions. But the one distraction that I've chosen to hang on to, which is TV, by the way, I might as well just say it at this point, it keeps me away from being present. And presence is what's needed to truly bring everything together and keep the awareness, keep the consciousness, keep the power present, keep the power together long enough for it to form physical reality. By me choosing to escape, by me choosing to distract myself, I lose all of the work that I've done. And then when I do choose to come back to presence, gotta start all over again and reorganize yourself to where you are within the unknown, to where you are within the darkness, and you have to, really just build up your psychic energy once again. And it's just like, you do this enough times and then you start to see the truth. You start to be like, oh, okay. Yeah. I've done this enough, so now I see it clearly. Like, all right, I gotta just be present. As difficult as it is in this modern world to be present, especially when you first start out, just know that, like, as we choose presence, when we do that which we desire and we do that which we love, the magic is gonna happen. We just gotta know it. You feel me? We just gotta have faith. We just gotta move with confidence, and we just gotta step up to the plate. Be brave, be courageous, be strong, and it will happen. And I'm choosing to do this in real time. I'm choosing to document my journey of growth, my journey of evolution, my journey of manifestation before it happens, to show that it is possible, to show that it is real, to show that we do have what it takes and we don't need something outside of us to do it. We have to just cultivate the power within us. It's all about perception and conscious, consistent action, right? And so this is the beginning of me choosing to be present daily. I'm gonna say this on here. I can't believe I'm about to do this, but it's just like, this is how much I want. This is how much I need for my external, for my physical reality to change. I'm finna be present until I manifest my own place. I get more clear about, my lifestyle, like my what I create, what I put out there, and I make like 5 to 10K per month, and I can quit my job. So I'm gonna be present, meaning no TV. I already cut off enough people. Like, all the people in my life now, they resonate. They on the frequency that I'm on. We vibe. We help each other grow. So the only thing left is to cut off TV and to start eating more consciously. And that requires presence. So I'm gonna be present. I'm gonna lock in. I'm fully devoted to the path. And I know I said until I get my own place and I can quit my job. But and I am gonna do it until that, but I'm gonna do it after that as well. Like, this is a lifelong journey, you heard? And I choose to live my life. I choose to walk the journey consciously instead of choosing to distract myself, instead of choosing to run away, because I know that the path can be so beautiful, can be so joyful if we choose to go all in, if we choose to devote ourselves. And again, this is very difficult for me because I'm very imaginative and, like, just being in my mind, escaping, TV. It's it's very attractive, but we locked in and we about to bring the magic to the real world. So stay tuned. Hire yourself, man. You better thank me for doing this, cause I said